Do you want to increase the number of goals you score in FC25 instantly? Well, then this video is for you guys. Why? Because today we will be focusing on attacking movement. Attacking movement is the number one thing that will take your attacking game to the next level. It is what separates a good player from a great player. And as you can see, we are scoring lots of goals, partially due to the fact that our attacking movement is good. But first, let me tell you, guys, the AI will only do so much for you. The attacking AI in this game is dumb, and that is why we want to manually trigger player runs. L1 LB to make players run forward, R1 RB to call them short. But I know you have heard this 1 million times, and that is why today I am going to teach you how you can combine them with directed runs, since tempo is another thing that is also very important and goes hand in hand with your attacking movement, guys. If we press L1 LB, the player will run straight. If we press R1 RB, they will come short. Okay, what if I see a pocket of space and I want my player to run towards that space? In that very instance, I am going to use directed runs. Now, what are directed runs? In directed runs, you can choose the direction where your player will make a run towards. Isn't that amazing? You dictate where the attacking player will make the run, right? Because otherwise, if you just click L1, they will run straight like a headless chicken. There are many instances where you can use directed runs, but before I show you that, let me teach you how to master directed runs. I know this is a question I will get asked a lot. How do I see the arrows? Guys, go to trainer, trigger it on, and then afterwards, all you have to do is make sure directed runs indicator is on. Everything else should be off. Now I want you to focus on the controller, okay, guys? I'm going to tell Mendy to run. He's running, okay? I want him to run upwards. What will I do? I will press the right stick upwards. But as you see, he will continue running in that direction like a headless chicken again. Now I want him to run towards the space, okay? Where is the space? The space is in front of him. Up. Then I want him to make a run inside. I will click L1 and then he will start running inside again. Now you want to cancel the run. That is important. What do I mean by canceling the run? I tell Mendy to run. He runs. Then I click L1 again. You see, he comes and then he goes again. Tell him to run. He starts running upwards and then I cancel the run. Now I can also call them short. I will click L1 and flick the right stick backwards towards me and he will start running towards me, okay? And then I can, like I said, cancel the run and they will continue straight. I will tell Vinicius to run, running upwards. I will tell him to run straight. After I cancel by clicking L1, they will run straight. Okay, this is a normal run. See, run straight. And now this is a directed run. And if I cancel it, he will start running straight. This is what we want. Want them to run towards the space and then change the direction of their run. You saw there, this is what we want to do. Now, the important thing with directed runs is knowing where the space is. I like to use it here. I tell my striker to run upwards because there is always this space behind the fullback. I tell them to run towards that space and then click L1 so they run straight. Use directed runs towards the space, then cancel the directed run by clicking L1 so they run first towards the space and then they run straight, right? You have to rinse and repeat this process. You will only get good at directed runs once you get good at spotting the space. Mechanics in this game are very easy. This is a very easy mechanical skill game. The bigger skill is the mental skill, okay? That is why you want to focus on your what? Your mentality and in-game situational awareness. See where the space is and how the opponent is moving his defenders. Once you see where the space is, that is where you flick the right stick, okay? You don't just randomly keep spamming the right stick in any direction you want. Like I said, a common situation is when you have space behind the fullback. That is one situation where I use the directed run a lot. And you can also follow it up by a R1 L1 threaded through pass if you wish. It is very good in such situations. Look, here again, we are going to use it, right? Because the space is where? Behind the fullback. If the space is behind the fullback, we will use this space just like this. You want to improve your directed runs. You want to focus on the attacking space. But at the same time, remember, tempo is very important. The reason you see me score these scores is because of tempo. I decide before my opponent reacts. That puts me one step ahead of my opponent. If I am one step ahead of the opponent with my directed runs, with my tempo, with my normal runs, what will happen? I will create a lot more space and I will score a lot more goals. As opposed to, okay, now I got the ball. What should I do? What should I do? I will get what? I will get confused. And this is why you guys have slow attacks, or often you end up being offside, because most players in this game are using what? They are using 95 depth. And against such players, you have to be quick. You have to get good at spotting the space. Practice one thing at a time, get good at spotting the space, and you will improve in no time.